thinking about starting a business in Scotland? If you're planning to form a limited company, you've come to the right place. Starting your own business is an exciting journey, but the process can sometimes feel a bit daunting. If you're considering forming a limited company in Scotland, you're on the right path to building a solid foundation for your venture. But where do you start? Don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the steps, breaking down the process so it's as clear and as straightforward as possible. By the end of this guide, you'll understand exactly what it takes to create a Ltd company in Scotland. And if you're looking for a stress-free, streamlined way to get things done, I recommend checking out First Formations. They are the UK's leading company formation agent, trusted by over 1 million businesses since 2014. They can get your company registered in as little as 24 hours. And they also provide key services like business address options and compliance support. With First Formations, you can rest assured that your business setup is in safe hands. You will find link to their website in the description. This is an affiliate link, meaning I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. This helps me to support my channel. Thank you. And now, let's dive in. Step 1. Is a limited company right for you? Before diving into the details, it's important to consider whether a limited company is the best fit for your business. This decision affects how you operate, manage taxes, and raise capital. A limited company is a legal entity separate from its owners, meaning it has its own finances that are distinct from your personal assets. This can be a great advantage, but there are other factors to think about too. A limited company can issue shares and bring in investors, and it can retain profits after paying corporation tax. This structure is usually ideal for businesses aiming to grow and profit, as it clearly separates business and personal assets. Not sure if this setup is for you? The government offers resources to help you decide on the best business structure for your needs. You can also seek advice if you're feeling uncertain. But if you've already decided that a Ltd company is the way forward, that's fantastic. You're setting yourself up for success. Let's move on to the next step. Step 2. Picking the perfect name. So, you've decided to set up a limited company. That is exciting. Now it's time to choose a company name. While this can be one of the most fun parts, there are some important rules to follow. In Scotland, just like in the rest of the UK, your company name must end usually with either Limited or Ltd. You also need to make sure your name is not offensive or too similar to an existing company's name. It's worth checking this early to avoid any potential issues down the line. To make sure your name is unique, use the company name availability checker. I have included a link to it in the description of this video, so check it out. If you want to trade under a different name, you can do that too. This is known as a business name and can be different from your registered company name. Ready to get creative with your company's name? Let's keep going. Step 3. Appointing directors and a company secretary. Once your company name is sorted, it's time to appoint the people who will run your company. Every Ltd company in Scotland must have at least one director who is legally responsible for managing the company's operations. From keeping records to ensuring the company's performance, the director has a big role to play. As a director, you must adhere to the company's Articles of Association, which is essentially the rulebook for your business. You will also need to report key information to Companies House, such as changes in company structure, and ensure that the tax returns and accounts are filed on time. If you're feeling the weight of these responsibilities, you might want to consider appointing a company secretary, though this is not a legal requirement. A company secretary can help manage administrative tasks, allowing you to focus on growing your business. Not sure if you need one? Professional advice can help you decide. Ready to take on the role of director? Let's move forward. Step 4. Deciding on shareholders or guarantors. Now that you've established who's running the company, it's time to think about ownership. Most Ltd companies in Scotland are limited by shares, meaning they are owned by shareholders. If you're the only shareholder, you will own 100% of the company. But if you want to bring in others, there's no limit to the number of shareholders you can have. The value of individual shares can be set at any amount, and shareholders will only be liable for that value if the company shuts down. Setting a low share value, like £1, is a smart way to limit the liability of shareholders. Shareholders may also receive dividends if the company makes a profit, but keep in mind that dividends are taxed, so it's worth checking HMRC's tax guidance. Ready to decide who owns what? Let's keep going. Step 5. Identifying people with significant control. Next, we need to identify anyone who has significant control over your company. This might sound technical, but it's an important step. A person with significant control is someone who owns more than 25% of the shares or voting rights, or is anyone who can appoint or remove the majority of directors. Transparency is vital in business, and ensuring it's clear for everyone who holds significant control is part of that. Identifying PSCs is particularly important if you're planning to have multiple shareholders or a more complex ownership structure. If you're unsure, don't worry, the full PSC guidelines are available on the government website, and it's always a good idea to seek professional advice if you're dealing with a complicated situation. Ready to move forward? Let's continue. Step 6. Preparing the necessary documents. You're making excellent progress. Now, let's talk about the key documents required to legally operate your Ltd company in Scotland. You'll need 2 main documents: the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. The memorandum is a legal statement signed by the initial shareholders agreeing to form the company. If you register online, this is automatically created for you, so that's super easy. The Articles of Association set out the rules for how your company will operate, covering everything from decision-making processes to shareholder rights. You can use a standard template or customize it if your business has specific requirements. These documents are the legal framework of your company, so it's important to get them right. Ready to tackle the paperwork? Let's move on. Step 7. Keeping your company's records in check. With your company nearly up and running, it's essential to keep detailed records. It might not be the most exciting part of business, but it's crucial for long-term success. You'll need to keep records about your directors, shareholders, and key decisions such as shareholder votes and major resolutions. If your company takes out loans or issues shares, those details need to be recorded as well. You will also need to keep a register of people with significant control, as we discussed already earlier. And here's a tip. Consider hiring a professional accountant to help with taxes. HMRC can check your records to ensure you're meeting tax obligations. So, having an expert on your side is a smart move. In Scotland, as in the rest of the UK, you must keep these records for at least 6 years. Ready to keep everything organized? Let's proceed to the final step. Step 8. Registering your company. The last major step is to register your company with Companies House. In Scotland, this works just like in the rest of the UK, but your company's registered office address must be in Scotland. This address will be where all official correspondence is sent, and it's important to note that it will be publicly available. You'll also need to choose a standard industrial classification code that best describes your business activities. During the registration process, you can also register for corporation tax with HMRC, which simplifies things. Once your registration is complete, you'll receive a certificate of incorporation confirming your company's legal existence. The document also contains your company number and formation date. Now, congratulations! You're officially the owner of a limited company in Scotland. While this is a significant milestone, it's just the start of your business journey. And there you have it, the steps to creating a LTD company in Scotland. By now, you should have a clear understanding of the process, from deciding whether a limited company is right for you to registering it with Companies House. I know, it might seem like a lot, but every step is essential for ensuring your business is set up for long-term success. If you feel like you would want to study the topic a bit more, be sure to check out the UK government's official step-by-step guide on setting up a limited company. It's always a good idea to read directly from the source to ensure you're getting the most accurate and up-to-date information. I have included the link to the guide in the description for you. And if you want to make the setup process easy, consider checking out first formations through my link in the descriptions. Using the help of the experts in UK company registration gives you more time to focus on growing your business. I hope this guide has been helpful, and I wish you the best luck with your new business.